if you're not careful, and you no-clip out of reality in the wrong areas. Welcome back to my series, where I cover my own wiki. Today we are covering levels 9 through 18. We have no time to lose, so let's get started. Level 9, Darkened Suburbs. Survival difficulty, Class Undetermined. Mysterious properties, unknown information, and undocumented entities. Level 9 is the 10th level of the Backrooms. This level seems to be an infinite suburban area. Description: Level 9 is a very dark level, like Level 6, with almost the same amounts of insanity-inducing effects on the mind. Level 9 appears to have no visible sky, ceiling, or barrier, but further testing and exploration will have to be noted before making too many assumptions. Level 9 was discovered by user Bartonius after he fell through the floor on Level 8. The information here was said by Bart. However, Bart discovered that Level 9 was part of a dream he had, and as such, it is a possibility that this level does not exist at all. Level 9 is said to be a large middle-class suburban neighborhood. Houses in this level seem to be somewhat jumbled around in their interior, with rooms being placed in ways that did not make sense. An example being a bathroom leading straight into a balcony. As such, much of a house can be inaccessible. While exploring these houses does put you at a higher risk of encountering a thing, most reports conclude that they contain many valuable objects like in Level 3, so it is possible that staying in them could prove to be beneficial. Level 9 does not have a daylight cycle and is therefore eternally shrouded in darkness. This darkness could potentially let out some of the ones in your head, like a Level 6. When not in imminent danger, time in this level should be spent focusing on not turning into an insanity. Another thing of note, all vehicles on this level seem to be completely hollow on the inside, without seats, dashboard, or much of anything. Nobody seems to know why. Survivors that have attempted exploration to Level 9 explore new types of beings, wandering through the streets of this level, such as a 100-meter tall observer, but no true credible source can be documented. One of the most notable of these new things, however, is the Neighborhood Watch, seen mostly by individuals of lesser sanity. It is going to be resemble a sometimes meter-wide eye with disgusting lips protruding from their optic nerves. While some explorers have claimed to seen others be sent to another plane of existence after they were attacked, this obviously has not been confirmed. Colonies and outposts. There are a few groups that live in Rome on this level, and it is completely possible for groups to be set up in Level 9, although this is an extremely dangerous task, and I have been recorded for this entry for this reason. Discovery. Level 9 was discovered when a post published by user Bartonius, one of the members of the Missing Explorers group. After he and the rest of the group fell through a floor on Level 8, he claimed to have been dreaming and claims that this level does not exist. Although the claim was proven false, it is still unknown how the Explorers group disappeared. Here's what the post reads: I fell through the floor. I sunk down and landed in an unfamiliar place. There are no spiders, but I still felt like I was being watched. Around me there was a street, houses, and dead trees everywhere. My head felt, it still feels, fuzzy, like TV static in my brain. I lost consciousness, but apparently had an outburst according to Centurion. I was talking about death, pain, weakness, all kinds of awful things. Level 9 is Level 6 on crack. I can tell there are going to be things, but the effects on sanity are bad. Almost as bad as Level 6. The explorers were never found after the publishing of this post. Entrances and exits. To enter, you can fall through the floor randomly in Level 8. To exit, you can either follow the street signs for 100 to 200 miles to enter Level 11. Going the opposite direction of the street signs can rarely lead to dirt or gravel roads, contrasting the rest of the level. Walking on them for a long distance will sometimes lead to Level 10. Level 10, Field of Wheat. Survival difficulty, Class 1. Safe, secure, and minimal entity count. Level 10 is the 11th level of the Backrooms, and this level seems to be an infinite wheat field. Description: Level 10 is a wheat field that seems to be infinite in size. A large unpaved dirt path heading north and south is also present, but wheat in the fields is safe for use and consumption. Pockets of almond water can be found all around the wheat fields, and it has a sweet taste. The time of day in level 10 is always around noon. The sky is very cloudy, and rain may sometimes occur. When walking down the path, you'll not only find wheat fields, but strange objects and buildings in the distance. The first buildings you can encounter are barns and stables. These buildings are usually empty, but are fully explorable. The contents of the barns vary, but hay, animal fur, and animal noises are present throughout the barns and stables. The objects you can find include tractors, farming utilities, etc. Small houses can be found around level 10. These houses seem to be built around the early 1980s and are quite empty, as the resources are scarce. Do not enter the houses, as an event will occur where sobbing can be heard emanating from the house, and those present inside will disappear. These houses, however, do possess a chance to bring you to some levels like level 9 and 7, although this is unconfirmed. In one fairly large area of level 10, a town can be found. This town seems to have been built in the early 1980s, or around the same time period as the houses. The buildings are full of items, unlike the more modern houses nearby. This town includes shops, apartments, houses, etc. This town is home to a colony living inside of it that decided to make the town their home. See colonies and outposts. It is completely safe to explore and live in. Beings do have a chance to spawn in some buildings, but this is exceedingly rare. These things range from smilers, skin stealers, death rats, hounds, and hostile facelings. There have been 2 reports of wranglers beneath the surface of level 10. There have also been reports of camel crawlers. There are in fact 2 special things that may appear in level 10, and they are as follows. The first special thing can be found in towers around the level. They are made of stone, and seem to have been built around the medieval era. These towers are safe to traverse around and to explore when not occupied. These castle towers are lit up with torches, and a black charcoal-like substance paints the roof of the towers on the inside. The towers inside include some furniture, usually associated with the early 1600s. During an event that may occur, loud trumpet sounds will play throughout level 10 for a few minutes. After this occurs, entities known as the Archers will appear in groups and scout the level. These beings claim that these towers are their territory. The Archers don't seem to interrupt the town and usually ignore it. It is advised to keep away from the Archers, as you may get shot with an arrow. Let's hear the trumpets for a second time. That indicates that they are gone. The second special entity is known as the Gluff. These beings are large, obese creatures that walk among the fields. Gluffs are there to grow the crops as their body emits drops of sweet almond water, which explains the strange puddles found in the fields. These creatures are very friendly and like to play around in the fields. Their movements are very slow and graceful, and their bodies fall slowly, as if they were a balloon. Gluffs tend to eat wheat in the fields that they grow. These creatures are useful for growing and harvesting crops. The discovery of level 10 can be found here. Colonies and outposts. Since the discovery of level 10, many groups have been formed at this level. The most prominent of these settlements are listed below. The BNTG Level 10 Resource Station. This outpost was formed by the BNTG to harvest wheat for bakery usage. This outpost holds around 23 people all working together. They also gather other useful resources such as the previously mentioned almond water. They transfer the items from level 10 to level 1 via an exit to said level. Cartographer Station Tertium. Calculated population of the station is upwards of 50. Serves as one of the cartographer's main sources of food, with most resources here dedicated to farming and baking. Open to trading food for weapons or medicine. 2 Backrooms. 3 Backrooms. 4 Backrooms. 5 Backrooms. 6 Backrooms. 7 Backrooms. 8 Backrooms. 9 Backrooms. 10 Backrooms. 11 Backrooms. 12 Backrooms. 13 Backrooms. 14 Backrooms. 15 Backrooms. 16 Backrooms. 17 Backrooms. 18 Backrooms. 19 Backrooms. 20 Backrooms. 21 Backrooms. 22 Backrooms. 23 Backrooms. 24 Backrooms. 25 Backrooms. 26 Backrooms. 27 Backrooms. 28 Backrooms. 29 Backrooms. 30 Backrooms. 31 Backrooms. 32 Backrooms. 33 Backrooms. 34 Backrooms. 35 Backrooms. 36 Backrooms. 37 Backrooms. 38 Entry is barred at this outpost to any members of the BNTG. Malt Town. This colony is made up of several wanderers who seek shelter in level 10. They are very friendly and open to trade, and they are guarded by the BNTG room nearby. Entrances and exits. Entrances. To enter, walking off a path into the fields when in level 9 will lead to level 10. Climbing a chain-linked fence in level 10 will lead to level 205. Following the procedures in level 12 and entering the door has a chance to lead to level 10. Jumping out of a train in level 61 while outside of moving will lead to level 10. This is dangerous and not advised. Entering one of the holes of a maze at level 51 will lead to this level. Eating a food similar to green beans at level 226 will also lead to level 10. Exits. To exit, bunkers rarely present in wheat fields may lead to levels 1, 2, 3, or 14. Report states some of the houses lead to level 0, 5, 7, or 9, but it is unknown exactly how this transport is achieved. Approaching a very large group of buildings in the distance will sometimes cause a transition into level 11. Toppling a scarecrow from level 10 may lead to level 807. Finding and following a ditch at level 10 for a few hours will lead to level -7. Finding a swamp area in level 10 will lead to level 66. Level 11, Cityscape. Survival difficulty, Class 1. Safe, secure, and minimal entity count. Level 11 is the 12th level of the Backrooms. It takes the form of an infinite cityscape. Description. Level 11 is what most closely resembles an amalgamation of many metropolises that are found in the normal world. Although this level is linear and structured in a way that a normal cityscape typically would, the style of each city block is completely random, with wanderers being able to travel through many large city lookalikes within a short time frame. Blocks that share many similar features do not necessarily exist within a close range to each other, and the opposite is also true. Blocks that are completely different can border each other. Additionally, this level is completely flat, with there being no notable change in elevation. Unlike most levels, this level is object populated. Most buildings can be entered through unlocked doors, but in the case that all doors are locked, the windows are perfectly breakable. Once inside, you'll find what should be found in that building. Example, snack bars within a snack bar, with the exception of all existing water sources dispensing or storing almond water instead. All items in this level share brand names with the real world, although with some conspicuous alterations. Footnote 1. Oreo could be spelled Ereo, for example. However, the structure of the buildings, other than general theme, will be randomized, making them navigational hazards. These buildings have the benefit of being the only place in this level with working Wi-Fi. The passwords for Wi-Fi networks seem to be completely arbitrary, with passwords resembling a random combination of uppercase and lowercase letters as well as numbers being commonplace. This level has no daylight cycle, which, as you can imagine, makes sleeping a pain in the ass. Under normal circumstances, this level's sky is devoid of clouds. No celestial bodies can be seen either, making the sky entirely uniform. Facelings in this level exhibit an unexpected shift in their behavior, named the Level 11 effect. When under the influence of this effect, all types of facelings will convert into a docile form, regardless of their usual character. Note that there is no visual indicator to differentiate facelings affected and not affected by the Level 11 effect. This effect also seems to carry over, meaning that any facelings that exit this level will permanently have this effect, making them much safer to encounter and interact with. Colonies and outposts. Quite a few colonies, many undocumented, have been formed in Level 11. Due to the absence of many perils that wanderers are subject to in other levels. MEG, aka the Major Explorer Group Base Beta, is the fourth main base of the MEG. This base is fairly new and is still being organized. Different MEG teams get transferred around from time to time. MEG Team Secure Security, footnote 3, pretentious name, is assigned to stay in level 11 while construction is ongoing. Camp Amber, level 11 outpost. This is the second base from Camp Amber, which usually resides in level 0. This group usually helps newcomers and teaches them about the Backrooms. This group is an outpost and doesn't really have a fixed point, as they wander around to help others. This group is aided by the local MEG base beta to further help these wanderers. Entrances and exits. Entrances. Seemingly the only consistent way of entering this level is to follow level indicators. Footnote 4. Something to suggest the existence of level 11 or Metropolis as a whole, and following that for an extended period of time. These level indicators are most commonly found in levels 9 and 10. Exits. Some buildings will randomly transport you to levels 0 through 5. Sometimes, a city block of a weather condition unlike the others can be found. This is a block with near zero visibility fog. Footnote 5. Ever wondered where the fog is coming came from? Strangely enough, this fog is not visible from the outside of the blocks affected. If one attempts to exit or wander from the fog once enveloped in it, they will be sent to level 12. Another possible reported entrance through a window entity, although for obvious reasons, this is highly unadvised. Entering an apartment building has a rare chance to seamlessly transition you to level 13. Walk into the J. Berry Mental Institute. There is more than one building on this level that is titled this, to be sent to level 14. Enter what appears to be a research center or observatory, to be sent to level 15. Finding a water supply store called Alam Water will lead to level 119 upon entrance. Level 12, Matrix. Note, this page needs cleanup due to minor unprofessionalism in its description. Contact the right higher-ups about this and have a good day. Survival difficulty, Class 0. Safe, secure, devoid of entities. Level 12 is the 13th level of the Backrooms. Description. Nobody thus far has truly been able to document level 12, due to its unique trait in that it censors itself. No cameras or otherwise any recording equipment in this level will function. This is the first and only level that seems to possess this property. According to scattered reports of survivors of this level, the environment presents itself as a chair, a table, which is surrounded by a seemingly infinite void with a locked door, not far from the furniture. Wanderers seemingly phase in and out of this level, as their memory of their entry and exit point and methods, as well as their experience in this level in general, are seemingly obscured and blurred. While at any rate that sounds like a lot of jargon to me, it does seem to be true. It seems that level 12 is devoid of things. However, we cannot truly be certain of things like this in the Backrooms. Addendum 1. Report SL-12M. Expedition Log. Matrix. Welcome back, Commander Harris. Your speech will be transcribed below. Level 12 extends for longer than we originally thought. The structure of this level has changed slightly. It's no longer a room, it's an infinite wide abyss. It seems like shit breaks down the further you go from the table and chair. We've started finding random objects and furniture, the blandest shit I've ever seen, to be perfectly honest. Looks all old, beaten up. Lamps, chairs, tables, drawers, the works. Some are halfway through the floor. This place has been messing with our heads too. Memories have gotten all foggy. Doesn't seem to be permanent, but I'll wager it can get much worse. Baranki, she's not right anymore. I don't want to lose myself in here. Sorry about that. Lost grip of my professionalism a tad. Moving on. In the main area, there's some sort of hole under the table. We can't access it right now. Seems like the table won't move. We found similar doors like the door of the main area out here. Brings you back there if you walk through them. What's it, Sam? Alright, forgot to mention, we found no signs of any entities out here. Seems to be peaceful, relatively speaking. After a lot of trial and error, the travel tester boys have found a way out of here. Seems like the only reliable way to exit involves following a series of specific steps, which I'll transcribe, to the best of my ability, under here in post. Hopefully we've got it right. Don't want to get folks stranded here. Future Harris here. Time to organize this shit. Don't worry too much, I run past a few of the nerds on the squad. You must be sitting on the original main room chair, and you must have remained there for an average of 15 minutes. Get up, walk to the door, and try to open it. Should be locked. If it opens, lucky you, I guess. Go and boast about it to everyone in Alpha Base. Make sure you do this, though, even if you know it's locked. Return to the center of the room and find one of the nooks that leads into this open white area. You need to find one of the copycat doors out there. Shouldn't be too hard. Open and enter said door. As per usual, you'll end up back in the main room. Wait for exactly 1 hour, no more and no less, and try to open that door again. If it doesn't open, repeat the steps. Try to turn the handle as close to a 1 hour mark as possible. If the door does open, it should lead to one of the early levels. We don't have a precise list just yet, but I suspect it can refer to the database page for this level. You're after an exact pool of possible destinations. It's kind of hard to communicate properly with people level 12 once you're out of it. As soon as the effects were off, you realize just how bad the mental fogginess was. Original exit from the door is still unknown, as this level has changed from Revision 1's description. Okay, it's been an additional hour, and the strategy worked. Gaps managed to create a pathway to level 1. A lot of the team seems pretty out of it. Let's hope they get better once we leave. This is Commander Harris, Team Leader, Provisional Team Matrix, signing off. And recording. Colonies and outposts. Is Team Matrix still in there? Nah. Entrances and exits. Entrances. It is unknown exactly how transport to level 12 is achieved. However, several reports state that a window within level 11 can be used as a guideline to safely no-clip into this level. Exits. Escape has been proven possible following Expedition Log Matrix, included above. Following extensive research, the escape route discovered by our provisional team, Matrix, may transport wanderers to level -1, level 1, 4, 10, 13, 25, or 34. Level 13, The Infinite Apartments. Survival difficulty, Class 2. Unsafe, secure, low entity count. Description. Level 13 is a seemingly infinite apartment building with an extremely high number of floors. Footnote 1. Current estimate is around 1,000 floors. Within each floor, there are many small residences, each with a number on the door. These numbers are in a system where it lists the floor, the section of a floor, and the apartment number. Footnote 2. Example would be floor 71, section 3, apartment 4, equals 71304. The current design of the building is similar to that of typical 1980s architecture. The walls in the hallway are white. The carpet is of a brown, geometrical design. This design is consistent throughout all floors. The main transportation between floors on this level are the stairways that are located on each floor. These are the main means of intra-level transport because all elevators will take you to other levels, not transporting you through level 13. Another prominent entity on this level are windows. These will usually show a bright blue void on the exterior of them. They are less hostile on this level. However, these windows are still very dangerous, so be sure to avoid them. Wi-Fi is present on this floor and available for use. Computers can be found within some apartments, along with many other materials, so this level is very useful for supplies. You are also able to claim housing within level 13, but you should be sure to claim housing away from any clump infestations. If you want to claim housing, make sure to go down to the lobby first. The lobby is on floor 0, and within it, there will be a single faceling attending the front desk. This faceling is unresponsive unless you ask for an apartment. If you do, you will receive an apartment key from this entity. This key can be used to open up its respective apartment, allows you to have an apartment on level 13. Things present on this floor are rare, however these can be rather dangerous. These include clumps, windows, elevators, smilers, and death moths. Clumps are most commonly found within cabinets and apartments, in other closed spaces. It is recommended to keep apartments illuminated due to smilers and death moths. Stay away from all windows as they are most likely a being. Colonies and outposts. BNTG claim floor 283. Claimed by the BNTG. Granted to only BNTG members and merchants. All entities suppressed on this floor. Minor trading post. Entrances and exits. Entrances. Entering an apartment building on level 11. No clipping from the floor on level 12. No clipping into a yellow wall on level -2. Exits. No clipping through a red wall will lead to level -1. No clipping through a floor will cause you to fall down every floor. Once you reach the ground floor and clip through it, you will be in level 14. Touching a rusty pipe will lead to level 3. Exiting through a front door in the lobby will lead you to level -5. Various tiers of the walls can be entered to reach level 21. There is a reported entrance to level 26 on the 1000th floor. If you perform the television ritual in any of the rooms, you'll end up in level Omega. Level 14, the Mental Asylum. Survival difficulty, Class 2. Unsafe, secure, low entity count. Level 14 is the 15th level of the Backrooms. It was discovered by Reddit user iNerdyKiddo. Description: Level 14 is an abandoned mental asylum called the J. Barry Mental Institute. On May 12, 2003, the entire asylum no-clipped into the Backrooms for seemingly no reason, along with every patient and staff member inside. According to eyewitness accounts, it appeared as if it simply fell through the ground, as if there was nothing underneath it. The design of the hospital itself was that of one from the early 2000s, based on the calendars and available technology. The windows have a rare chance to be window beings. Besides that, almost the entire population of things in this level are either facelings or insanities. Due to the extremely poor mental state of almost every patient in the hospital, it is theorized that they became insanities the moment they entered the Backrooms. The exact measurements of this level are unclear, as all accounts have it differ, being a finite hospital building. Any windows that once showed an outside will now show a blue void instead. Communication of the outside world in this level is seemingly impossible due to the lack of any Wi-Fi or cell service, unlike most other levels. Blackouts. Occasionally, blackouts will occur in this level. When they occur, lights can stay out for seconds or hours at a time. While not directly causing the level to become more dangerous, it creates two indirect hazards. Any remaining insanities in this level will begin to wander the halls, making the level much more dangerous. The only safe space appears to be rooms with lockable doors. 2. Any objects left in the hallways will pose as possible tripping hazards. Strangely enough, these blackouts only seem to affect the lighting fixtures of this level. Any other electricity-dependent technology will continue to function normally, and electric plugs will still provide power. This also applies to anything that has been brought into the level. While some have reported that thin air permeates the level during blackouts, this does not seem to be true. Colonies and outposts. The hospital staff. The only remaining people in this level, about 20 survivors, consisting of medical staff and receptionists. They're open to trading medical supplies and are friendly to outsiders. Don't ask them about what happened to the hospital, it was a very traumatic experience. Entrances and exits. Entrances. There are a few ways to enter this level. Walk into a hospital with the title J. Barry Mental Institute in level 11. Find what appears to be a hospital bed in either level 9 or the end. No clipping into it will lead to this level. No clipping from the bottommost floor of level 13. Traveling too far into level 14.5 will lead you back to this level. Exits. There are no exit doors, so just no clip into a wall. While the place you usually end up is level 14.5 or level 15, it seems to be up to chance. Level 15. Observations. Survival difficulty, Class 1. Safe, secure, minimal entity count. Level 15 is the 16th floor of the Backrooms. It was discovered by Reddit user Incomplete Syntax. Description. Level 15 appears to be mostly comprised of futuristic hallways, with occasional pitch black areas, along with the sound of an engine in the background. Syntax claimed he went to find the source of the noise, but said that it's difficult to find. However, occasional doors can be found in these hallways, and these doors open up to show rooms that would be typical in astronomical research centers, observatories, or otherwise. While most of the hallways are painted in gray, green, and blue hues, rooms usually have their own unique color schemes. This level is thought to be about 0.7 million square miles, but this is an extremely rough estimate. Much of this level is strange in that it appears that it is made out of plastic, or at least material that resembles it. As such, many have attempted to form groups in this level in order to harvest this material. Technology input in this level is some of the most advanced of the Backrooms. Modern computers, server rooms, and telescopes, footnote 1, this in spite of the level lacking windows, are commonplace. Wi-Fi is also present here, although it is not as strong as in other levels. Furthermore, this level has an abundance of power outlets. Some sightings of hounds and hostile facelings have been made on this level, but they are extremely uncommon, thus not degrading this level's relative safety by a large amount. It should be noted, however, that almond water, a common item in the Backrooms, is seemingly absent from this level. Point of interest: the exhibits. The exhibits is a nickname given to the many museum-like rooms that can be found in this level. They are often isolated from other rooms, making them quite difficult to find. These rooms are special in that they have graphics resembling planets from reality. Sometimes, however, they display planets that do not resemble any known planet in reality. These exhibits also have the property of silencing much of the level's background hum through unknown means, making for an extremely quiet atmosphere. Colonies and outposts. The BNTG plastic mine. Due to this level being largely made out of plastic, it is utilized by the BNTG as a nearly infinite source of plastic material. Around 20 miners come here once every 2 weeks to dig into the level's floors and haul massive containers of plastic with them back to the base in level 1, which is utilized to make simple weapons and make repairs. However, doing this is extremely dangerous. A 1-foot thick layer of paint covers the entirety of the level's surface, and due to the amount of chemicals in it, mining through it to get to a plastic releases toxic fumes. A gas mask is required for this. Entrances and exits. Level 15 is extremely hard to get to, as only one person not for BNTG has entered. This is in part due to the BNTG being reluctant to disclose a two-way entrance to this level. Syntax claimed that he opened thousands of doors in level 14 and then one led here. The only known way to leave is to no-clip into negative levels, or to the infamous level 16. Level 16, a bit chilly. Survival difficulty, Class 5. Unsafe, unsecure, entity infestation. Level 16 is the 17th level of the Backrooms. It is known for its unusual weather patterns. Description. Level 16 is perhaps one of the largest obstacles in further exploration into the Backrooms, in part due to the unyielding nature of the level's geography and weather. On that note, the level seems to take place in a mountain range whose elevation, nor its high or low points for that matter, cannot be ascertained. The entire level is covered in a solid layer of snow, perhaps a few feet thick. This level has been made walkable due to the consistently low temperatures on this level, which constantly hover around -20 degrees Celsius. Footnote 1, -4 degrees Fahrenheit. This level, as some of you could probably imagine, is stuck in a constant state of blizzard. This drastically reduces the visibility of the level in some parts, although the snow in the air never seems to hit the ground. Rather, it seems to just cease existing before it hits the ground, thus not increasing the amount of snow already on the ground. The wind speed within the blizzard does not seem to be constant, nor does the direction of the wind seem constant. The direction of the wind could change from north to south in just seconds. This level appears to possess a day-night cycle similar to that of the front rooms, but does not have any visible impact on the weather. No celestial objects can be seen in this level. In addition to the aforementioned mountains, this level is also home to various frozen bodies of water, those including rivers, lakes, and most likely creeks as well. Footnote 2. Not many hydrologists have been in this level, or the backrooms for that matter. These can usually be interacted with, unlike the falling snow, and their composition is surprisingly regular freshwater, as opposed to almond water. It is possible this level once had a much warmer climate before it was discovered, and some of it caused the weather pattern to shift to its current form. The occasional wooden structure can be found in this level, although these structures possess nothing physically of merit on the insides, being completely hollowed out. However, these structures are still useful in their ability to partially repel the sub-zero temperatures of the level, with the average temperatures inside of these structures being around 5 degrees Celsius, or about 41 degrees Fahrenheit. These homes have a wide range of structures, although nearly all of them have chimneys, windows, doors, and empty shelves. These structures are seemingly not affected by the outside environment of the level, and remain in their current state indefinitely unless altered by a wanderer. There has been a rumor circulating around about a being in this level, referred to as the Mountain Man. This Mountain Man is described as a tall, vaguely humanoid shadow of about 50 meters feet in height, with width varying by description. This shadow is said to be visible in the more distant mountains of the level, minding its own business until it spots a human being. Most MUG researchers report seeing the Mountain Man for the first time a few hours to Earth days after entering the level. After spotting a human being, it will slowly begin to approach them, but never get closer than about 200 feet, that is about 61 meters. It is unknown what its motives are, and it may be safer for it to stay that way. Although nearly all MUG researchers have reported this thing, nobody has been able to produce photo proof of it yet. Besides the aforementioned Mountain Man, this level is entirely devoid of life. The only other noise in the level other than the Wanderer's own is the ambience created by the blizzard, which in itself is quite monotonous. This relative isolation makes this level a mental hazard for even the more strongly willed wanderers of the Backrooms. Colonies and outposts. There are no known colonies or outposts on this level, although the MUG has floated the idea of starting a resource station in one of the wooded structures. Entrances and exits. Entrances. Level 16 as of now has no known entrance other than no clipping. This indirectly makes the level more dangerous, as it is a lot less likely that wanderers or even more experienced explorers will be prepared for the environmental hazards of this level. Exits. Exiting level 16 is perhaps about as difficult as is entering it. To exit, one must walk to the nearest mountain peak, which could be any large amount of distance, in order to find a circular pool. Once breaking the ice of this pool, there's a chance that you'll find a submerged wooden structure underwater. Opening the door of this wooden structure could transport you to the following levels, from highest to lowest likelihood. Level 17, Level 115, the Gift Plane, the Mountain Village, Level -5, the End, and the Whiteout. The latter two entries have only been reported by one individual each. Level 17, the Carrier. Survival difficulty, Class 1. Safe, secure, and minimal entity count. Level 17 is the 18th level of the Backrooms. Description. Level 17 appears to be an infinite labyrinth of the inside structure of a naval aircraft carrier. The level is made up of corridors and stairwells typically found on an Essex-class carrier. Occasionally, one may come across a flooded hallway. These hallways are one-way exits connected directly to the surface rooms of Level 7. Level 17 is mostly devoid of entities, having only a single entity exclusive to it. These entities, known as imprints or doppelgangers of past wanderers, who explored Level 17. While not physically dangerous, looking at an imprint will cause great amounts of distress for unknown reasons. This effect is amplified when looking at one of these entities in the eyes, typically resulting in the wanderer falling unconscious for 3 to 4 hours. In extreme cases, can lead to brain death. Heading up several flights of stairs will eventually bring you to the upper layers of Level 17. These upper floors have sealed translucent windows, indoors with an unidentifiable light emitting from them. When the light emitted from these windows comes to contact with a wanderer, it causes said wanderer's lungs to slowly fill up with water. Water will continue to fill the wanderer's lungs until either they are removed from the light or the wanderer dies, whichever comes first. Colonies and outposts. There are no known colonies or outposts on this level. Entrances and exits. Entry into Level 17 can be achieved in 2 ways. 1. By finding a submerged light source on Level 7. Swimming into this light source will transport the wanderer into a room similar in design to the ballast of a submarine. Water will drain from the room and entry into a lower layer of Level 17 will be granted. 2. Use the underwater wooden structure exit in Level 16 and will sometimes allow entry into this level. Exiting Level 17 can be done in 3 different ways. Ascending the floors of the upper layer will eventually lead a wanderer to a metallic red door that leads into Level 11. Another way to exit Level 17 is to find a flooded hallway on the lower layer. These flooded hallways lead to the surface rooms of Level 7. Although rare, a consistent exit can be found, leading to Level 18. Level 18, Homesick. Survival difficulty, Class 1. Safe, secure, minimal entity count. Level 18 is the 19th level of the Backrooms. It appears to be a layered level, in that it has multiple zones that most people traveling through this level will encounter. Description. Although Level 17 can best be described as a largely expansive housing complex, the level begins in this section that best resembles a wanderer's childhood home. Although it may not necessarily be an exact replica, the level has the ability to elicit false memories of a wanderer's life within the structure, which has the potential to bring them down into a disturbed emotional state. However, all explorers have recorded recovery from this emotional state once exiting the area corresponding to their home. Beyond this area, the level seems to generate rooms completely randomly. The wanderer's home and randomly generated areas are referred to as the first and second zones respectively. Although every explorer has stated that the level has a different layout to them, people have still met up here, suggesting that this level exists in a very limited space. One report even stated that they ran into another version of themselves. Although this reporter was reportedly in a poor mental state when he wrote that, objects are scattered throughout the level, though they're usually hidden from plain view. Footnote 1. Being found in fridges or drawers instead, etc. All taken items are restocked for mysterious means, with each restock happening about every 4 days. Almond water is available throughout the level, thanks to the occasional faucet. The almond water never runs out, no matter how long the faucet is left active. Oddly enough, electricity is only available in certain portions of the level. All these facts make this level theoretically survivable for any given length of time. Like a level 4, all windows that have now been blacked out are window creatures. These windows all display a similar outdoor setting, that being a forest. However, the time of day shown throughout the windows is completely random. This set time of day does not change. This, in tandem with a lack of clocks on this level, makes it especially difficult to track time here. No things have been spotted here, but it's not been confirmed whether or not they are completely absent either. Colonies and outposts. The children. This outpost is largely inhabited by a group of 20 to 25 people, all of whom spend all their time on this level, most notably referring to it as their lifestyle. Footnote 2. Just a note for all of you guys, don't classify them as things again, that's just straight up rude. They don't do much beyond staying on the level and don't like the plush Dino, a mysterious being they claim inhabits this level. Entrances and exits. Entrances. Although entering this level seems to be completely up to chance, entering house in level 9 or wandering through level 17 seems to help. Exits. While some have claimed that this level is a crossroads, allowing to access any other level through the plush Dino, it is very unlikely that this is true. The only confirmed exit is through especially dark areas of a level, where wandering can seamlessly transition you into level 19. And that marks the end of the video. Please tell me what else I should cover for my wiki. See you on the flip side or something, I don't know, I'm bad at outros, sorry.